What's up, guys? Welcome to 50 Ball. It's J Dub.
Yep, it's real, man. What's up with it?
Man, there's a lot of frustrations going on. Look, man, like as a Laker fan, they're not doing that well. Man, my Cowboys up and down. Don't even talk about Jacksonville at all. Like, I turned off my TV for like 3 days. Like, I didn't even watch anything sports related because always haters come around. And on top of that, it's cold as hell. I don't know if you're cool with this 17-degree weather right now.
Yeah, it's 17 degrees out there. I'm not cool with that. You know, so it ain't cold. You know, I went up into work today.
Yeah.
It's like they don't turn the heat on past 60, so it's cold as hell in the building. Left my jacket on all day long. So yeah, I don't mess with the snow. You know, we got snow and ice out there.
I'm not built for this, y'all.
Nah.
I'm built for this cold. I have like 2 jackets on. I ain't wear nothing work related. Just put on whatever you came on out with, and then that's gonna be come as you are. Do what they say. Probably not at work. At work they don't say come as you are. But you know, yeah. So it's cold as hell. Our teams are struggling. You know, there's a lot of hot topics though out there.
Yeah. It's been a minute, so yeah, we're gonna jump right into it with some hot topics. You know, I know the first thing we wanted to talk about being Lakers fans. You talk about how we're Laker fans.
Yeah.
Jeanie Buss, the team owner, she just got married to that comedian. What's his name again?
Ja Morant. They're engaged.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So there's still time she can change her mind.
Is that what you open for?
I mean, don't they get right at the altar, right? Yeah. And say like, excuse me, you know? Well, probably not in those words when they say at the altar. I'm like the one that would go to the wedding hoping that somebody would say like, if there's anything else, you know, what do they say? Like, if there's
is like anybody that rejects this. I should know this.
Anybody that like objects or something like that to these 2 people, something like that. We're paraphrasing.
Speak now, yeah.
You know, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'd be waiting for somebody to speak. If it wasn't for me, I don't even know the couple usually if I go to these things, but I hope they speak. And I would speak for this one if it was Jeanie and Ja Morant. Like, he's a comedian. If you guys don't know him already, you may know, but I don't know. But when I read that and like saw him like this guy, like this is the move right now. This is the move right now. Like,
so you think she could have did better? That's what that is. Like you saw.
Jay. I mean, look, like I'm sure, like in his community, man, I'm sure he's hella funny to his fans. So I mean, no disrespect if you like a fan of him right now and you just watch all of his YouTube, which I'm not that impressed with, mind you. But I'm like, he could have went for Deion Cole or something at least. I'd be like, come on.
Like,
I
get it, like he's funny, yeah.
I give you some down. But really? But Jay Moore, like.
So you ain't impressed by you ain't impressed by who he is or his jokes. Like ain't none of the press.
No, like you could have gone for Gary Owen. Like he's hella funny. Like,
yeah,
he get on with, and I don't know why she got with him for a reason.
Hey, Gary single now too, so bad.
Right, he going for Gary Owen, yo. I don't know. It's and it's Jeanie. Like this is Playboy Jeanie. This is owner Jeanie. This is like.
Yeah, because the folks who don't know, like Jeanie, you know, she owns the Lakers, so she's pretty much a billionaire. Good looking, you know, she's good looking. But back in the day, she did that Playboy magazine shoot, and everybody went crazy. Like you don't get a lot of team owners that kind of look like that.
She bad.
So you're thinking that her of this status is dating down to this guy that's not like, you know, impressive on the eyes or with the jokes. So you're thinking like, damn, out of everybody you could have got, this is what you got.
Oh, that's a date down. That's a date down. Look, this is what I analyze as. All right, he's not a big name comedian, but she's off the rate. Like she doesn't post a lot of stuff on social media. She's kind of like really behind the scenes. She's not super like in your face about everything. People know who she is, but she's not like grabbing your attention all the time. So I'm like, what if? And I don't know if women do this. You can like correct me if I'm wrong. Would they date some guy that's like more like not big, but you got some money? You know what I mean? Like you're not broke, but you got money. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not big enough to get a lot of attention, but you're like.
Right.
So he could have gone for somebody. She could have gone for somebody like a much bigger name than that. Obviously going for Phil Jackson. That's Phil Jackson.
Right. Yes. That coached your team. Yes.
That's Phil Jackson. Like we coaching teams and we coaching bedrooms. I don't know. But
he calling plays out.
He's like trying to cut.
He said backdoor cut.
He's like You blow the whistle. He whistle.
Oh yeah.
Imagine him whistling.
I don't know how to whistle.
I know. I can't even. I thought you could because I was like, because I know I can't.
No, I look stupid trying to whistle because I'm gonna make the whistle face and nothing comes out. So yeah.
That's what I was trying. But that's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, I mean, it was him. It's like if her idea is maybe somebody that's not too big, keep her out of the limelight. No one's searching them every day. I only did because of Jeanie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who searches for Ja Morant on just his name alone?
Never.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
No disrespect.
And we watch a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stand-ups of all races, not just all the black. You know what I mean? But you know, of all just like comedians. You know. So I feel like this could have been. I'm like. Maybe he's just real down to earth. He's not super big famous. Right. He's funny, not funny, but you just kind of like that average, you know, super average. Like, I'm cool with this, you know.
Right.
And you know, it would sound disrespectful. Oh well, but you know, I'm being honest with you.
It'll be all right.
It'll be all right. They've heard worse. Okay, this isn't like the Will Smith and Jada thing. Okay, let's not act like. People have heard crazy things, you know what I'm saying? But this is just how I'm telling it, like I see it, you know. So I'm like, what do you think?
No, you do. I mean, we talked about this before, but you do get that situation where you see like these badass chicks, and you know you see the dude, and it ain't that we ain't looking at no dude like that. Like I ain't looking at him like that, but you're kind of expecting something. Like you see a chick, so you know you kind of get somebody on their level in your mind, like you know in terms of like status, you know, looks and all that stuff. So like you do see it's the opposite. You are surprised because you notice people can lie and be like, oh, I'm not looking at that, but you kind of are. Let's be real. Like you know, let's think of somebody like who's a celebrity, like who's the new Barbie, Margaret Robbie or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Say she got married and her husband was like 400 pounds. Everybody and their mama gonna be thinking like, damn, that's her husband. Yeah. Be real, you're gonna be thinking that. You know, you can't ignore that. Like we all know that it's not just about looks, but naturally our minds kind of do that. Like we kind of do that comparison thing in the back of our mind. Like we cover it up with a lot of things, but we do it. So that's kind of what appears to be happening, you know, in this situation with Jeanie. Like you see this guy, it's like, okay, who the hell is this guy? Like, you know, he ain't like no, you know, don't look like a movie star. Jokes ain't really hitting like that, you know, at least to us. So it do throw you off a little bit.
I'm like, if he was hilarious, I would take that.
Yeah.
If he's just like, I'm like, man, this dude's super hilarious, and I don't know, and maybe that's enough for her. I don't know, man, but I don't know what her levels of that. But if you watch any kind of Buss family documentary, right, you've seen their whole upbringing. It's always been very lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he would be a version of like out of the spotlight kind of thing. Like you're not even in the same realm anymore. Like you're not doing basketball.
Yeah.
You're just doing your thing over here, and obviously you can go to the games anytime you want when you're dating the owner of the Lakers.
Yeah.
You know, so that was like, I think like we knew somebody like in the college too. I was like, yo, like for real. I was like, you know, this one. I'm like, I ain't gonna put that name out, but I was like, but this one, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, no way.
No, it definitely catch you off guard, man. You know, it just makes you wonder, like, hey, she must love his personality. I mean, that personality can get you far sometimes. You know, if you know you click with that person, and maybe that's it. Like you just said, she's grew up around lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
Like she's pretty much been like a Laker her whole life. Like she's been a part of the Laker family her whole life.
Yeah.
And you think about it, the Lakers been winning like for the entirety of basketball. You know, since the beginning with like, you know, Jerry West and those guys to the 80s with Magic, you know. So she's seen like success at an early age. So maybe that's something on the presser, and she wanted this average Joe, and he caught her at the right time, the right place, and that, you know, that's what won her over. I don't know, because usually it's a flip side.
Yeah.
Like in the case of where like on a normal standard, like somebody like us living a pretty normal life, if you see that, you're kind of thinking like, oh, if you see this fine woman and she got like this kind of this stump for a man, like he look like a tree stump. The first thing your mind probably go to is like, oh, she's with him for the money. Like, he must got some bread, or he got a good job or something.
Oh yeah.
Like naturally, that's what our minds think.
100%.
But in her case, it's kind of flipped because she's a billionaire. Like she's the owner of the Lakers. You know, one of the most valuable teams in North America. So obviously, she ain't with him for his little money. Like his money is nothing to her money.
You know, prenup on his part.
You know,
her part. Like,
yeah, she getting a prenup. Yeah, exactly. she got more to lose. You know, so man, maybe he just got it with the personality. Like, you see both sides of that. You see some to where they get with somebody because it's convenient and what that person offers them. And then I guess in this case, she kind of has everything in a material sense. So she's getting this guy because he's just an average Joe that, you know, capture her attention. It's kind of funny you see that, but nah, I don't know, man. Maybe that explains how he got her.
I still throw the challenge flag. Listen, I was like this because we've seen like, I'm trying to give you like an analogy. If you watch like a great like a great football catch, like 2 feet inbounds, maybe. That's why we say maybe.
Yeah.
But it looks so crazy, you don't believe it happened.
Yeah.
You're like, no way. So you're mad. So you're throwing the challenge flag. I'm like, no, hell no. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're wrong, you'd be like, oh yeah, it happened. And I'm like, so you gotta watch the replay. You know when you always see the players like look up, like as soon as it happens, they're looking up.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like what happened when Jeanie got with Jay. I was looking up like there was a monitor to replay that happening. You know what I mean? Like somebody showed me how, you know, and like I don't know, maybe they're in some circles, you know, friends with friends. You know.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, he definitely punched up in his weight class though.
I'm telling
hey,
you.
kudos to him. He punched up in his weight class because when I saw her, I was like, I didn't know she had somebody, you know, to even be engaged to. So, hey, I give him a pat on the back for that. And, you know, he probably knows it too. Some people know. Certain people know. You know, you just like you know when you're punched up above your weight class. You know, like. You know, we ain't got to worry about that. You know, we in everybody weight class, so it's good. But you know, it's better.
Exactly.
But
yo, I be hype about it too. I be hype. I be more hyped than she was.
Yeah.
You know, if I got with Jeanie, because I feel like I got a steal.
It happens.
You know, in my opinion, you know, maybe that sounds messed up because I'm like he can be good for sure. Well, I'm like, but look, I'm saying like it'd be like a tip interception. It's in your hand. You got lucky as hell. Lucky as hell. But it's yours.
He got it,
It's yours, bro.
He got it. Hey, it's that analogy. That 300-pound fat boy, he got the model chick. It worked out. So
yeah.
And the rest of us is kind of looking like, damn, okay. Man, you had your day, man. Good for you.
I get him down. It'd be like on the other side, right? If I'm his corner, I'd be like, all right, man. Get
like
Jeanie.
you did that. You did that.
I mean, I'm like, Jeanie, what's up? Like,
yeah.
You know, dudes in the corner, like when you're boxing and they talking to you, you know,
the
put water in your mouth. They be trying to say, hey man, make sure you go in here and do that.
Yeah.
I talk to Jeanie like, what you doing? What you doing?
Yeah.
So it's like two sides of like.
You telling her she's fighting down, you know, she's fighting down to her competition. Like she ain't fighting at her best. That's what you think.
Exactly. That's how I feel. But yeah, I'm you know, happy for her, not really. But I'm like, you know, she do what she want to do. But that, man.
Hey, we do that. Hey, that's what happened. We judge, man. You know, people judge. You know, this is like, you know, Rihanna. Like, you know, if Rihanna would have got like some Joe Blow, you know, wearing some dirty clothes or something, you're just like, damn. You the reason I can't get Rihanna now? At least in our heads, that's what we're thinking. Like, at least in our heads.
Look, men, you are closer to getting a bad chick than you think. Closer than you think. Sometimes you think someone's so far away. And I'm not talking about the average. I'm talking about guys that don't think they have any shot at all. Not the ones that are like they already think they can get, like you're one conversation away. I mean the guys that really don't even talk to girls. You think you're so far away. Look at Ja Morant. I'm just saying. You're really, like you're right there. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, look at like Priyanka Chopra, right? She married Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
In her age, like he's younger than us. And like I used to have a huge celeb crush. I'm like, wait, I had a chance? Like I thought she'd go with somebody older, like another Indian dude or something.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you just gotta get in the same room with them. You know, that's, you know, again, that's kind of what we tell ourselves. Like, man, you get me in the same room with somebody like you know, like Beyonce, if she, you know, she wasn't married. In your head, you might have a chance. Again, we tell ourselves that, but but you never know, man. You gotta have that confidence. So
shoot your shot.
More power to him, man. But I know to keep it basketball related though. The other thing we was on top of was Ja. You know, like everybody's talking about Ja's comments about Ja Morant, you know, on the Grizzlies in the Western Conference. And you know that he's gonna interview and they asked him, you know, like what teams is he worried about? You know, like what teams does he keep his eyes on? And he pretty much just said the Boston Celtics in the other conference. And I mean, I know that was kind of like, that threw a lot of people off because it's just like, dang, you just overlooking everybody else but the Boston Celtics, which pretty much means he's saying, I'm just worried about seeing them in the finals. Like, he's like punching his ticket to the finals pretty much. How did you look at that, when he said that?
He's like, I'm fine with it. He's I'm fine with it.
Yeah, fine in the West, yeah.
Yeah, he says, like, I'm fine in the West. So, like, what he says, like, so he disregarding everybody in the West. I'm like, oh, this dude's hella confident. I mean, he's not too far from that feeling. It's kind of close. I'm not that high on a lot of people in the Western Conference right now. But I also think he should be like, let's not act like it's so sweet over there. Like, he literally, his team, because he plays for Memphis Grizzlies, and they just got blown out by the Denver Nuggets by like 20 plus points.
Yeah, missing key players. The Nuggets were missing key players at that.
So I'm not sure he's fine with the Nuggets. But I mean, I'm cool with his confidence. I'm cool with that, but I don't think their path to the finals is as sweet as his confidence is. He still has to play the Pelicans and Denver Nuggets, Dallas. All these teams don't impress me at all. But for the level of competition between him and those teams that I mentioned, those are matchups that are not so easy.
Oh yeah.
That's why all these records are pretty much like a lot of teams in the West have 10 plus losses, which I don't know if we've seen it this bad in a while.
It's early in the season too.
It is early, yeah.
Have that many losses early in the season like that? Yeah, you don't see that too often in the West.
A lot of L's. So I mean, I'm great with his confidence. I have no problem with that at all.
No, it's cool with me too. Like I see some people is like defending them, talking about it's cool for him to have that confidence. Michael and Kobe had it.
Yeah.
My thing with Ja and the Grizzlies though is just like you keep hearing them. It's like their mouths are bigger than their accomplishments. Like they're a lot louder than what they actually accomplished. That's my thing with the Grizzlies. Like you keep hearing them, you see them talking, and it's just like, man, the best you guys have done is the second round.
Yeah. And
they're banking on a what if, like, oh, how John Locke got hurt, they could have beat the Warriors, and and he's looking past the Mavericks. Like, man, Luka's been giving it to him every time they play, but they looking past the Mavericks. So that's my thing. It's cool to have confidence, but this is a result business, and in this result business, we haven't seen much results from them. Like, again, I don't mind the confidence. It's cool if you back it up, but I think they haven't backed it up yet. Like, to me, I had my favorite against the Timberwolves last year.
Yeah.
They struggled way more with the Timberwolves than I think they should have.
They did.
Like, they were close to losing. Like, the Timberwolves weren't done playing dumb basketball. Memphis would have been out in the first round. Again. Yeah. And I know they're young and everything and this and that, but they're talking a whole lot. Like, they're really admiring their work. And I think that's what puts off people. Yeah. It's like when somebody does, it's just weird seeing somebody that's admire their work. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know. And especially if it's like, it's not something that special. Like, it's something good, but it's just like, it's not something that special. Like, oh, look at my Camaro. I got me a Camaro, man. Man, yeah, y'all don't drive my Camaro like me. Like, y'all ain't got no Camaro like this. Like, it's a nice car, but it's not like you're the only one who has a Camaro, though. Like, it's a lot of them on the road, and you ain't the first one, and that's kind of how I'm looking at them. Like, you guys win 50 plus games and you get some playoff victories. Now all of a sudden you're a dynasty. And that's my thing. Like, you got to produce now. Like, it's enough talking.
Exactly. I mean, and they don't dominate. I think that kind of
exactly.
His confidence to me, it speaks like, I mean, that's his mentality, and that's consistent with how he plays. So he's confident in his words and confident in his play. But as a team, Memphis Grizzlies as a team is not dominant through the Western Conference. They're really even with the top five. They can hang in there. Yeah. I'll give them top five. But they're tough in general, but it's kind of like they're not far off from these other teams that we mentioned. I mean, Denver just smacked them, and they're not even full strength. Like, they got the Warriors. I think the Warriors would beat them if they were healthy again.
I think so too.
I mean, they're obviously the Warriors not as good as last year. I'll give you that. But if they were healthy again, like if Wiggins was playing and Curry was back, that's pretty much all they need. Because outside of, like, I wasn't gonna give you like the rest of the roster. Like, what like the athletic trainer. Like, no. But I'm like, you just give them like those three players, like Curry, Clay, and Andrew Wiggins, and all those three guys are healthy. I think they beat the Grizzlies again, honestly. Like, and obviously like Jordan Poole, he won his part. But But like even with the Lessers, it's like I mean, it's good to have that confidence, but it's like you gotta recognize also, man, you gotta show that too, because now he has to really show that. Like he has to put that on the court. His team has to put that together. I'm not confident in them going to the finals. I don't know about you, man, but
they got a great chance. I liked them more last year, you know, just because I think things were, it just last year was different, you know, but it's not a guarantee. Like I can see a couple teams knocking them off, you know, like I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers got healthy and they beat the Grizzlies, you know, and again, they struggled, you know, against the Timberwolves, you know, so who knows if they play them again. Or, you know, again, Denver just waxed them, you know, the other night. So, you know, I can see Denver beating them. Like I said, that's Clippers, that's Denver Nuggets. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pelicans knocked them off. You know, like, Jaw's a big boy. You know, they got Jackson down there that can kind of somewhat help defend them in the post, but he's not probably nimble enough to really guard, to shut down Zion. So they got a lot of matchup problems. Like, they present matchup problems, but they also got some issues matching up with other teams too. So it's not a foregone conclusion that they're just gonna run through teams. And I'm just not big on the what ifs. Like, you know, like, oh, had Ja been healthy, they would have beat the Warriors. You guys were down when he got hurt. That was my thing. Yeah. Like when Ja got hurt, they was losing game 3. Oh, yeah. There was not gonna be no miracle comeback. Like they was getting their ass beat that game. Yeah. So pretty much it was 2-1 when Ja went down. Exactly. I could understand them saying that more if you guys were up 2-1 and lost Ja and y'all lost the series. Yeah. But the fact that you guys are already down, you already lost home court advantage before he went down because you split the first 2 games with the Warriors, they're banking on a lot of what ifs, you know. And I'm just like, that's what I mean. Their mouths are a lot louder than their accomplishments. Like it's one thing to be confident, but it's another thing to be like, you know what, man, I'll tag Floyd Mayweather. Like that'd be easy. Like, you know, yeah, when you go in the fight, you should be thinking you'll beat anybody. But it's another thing when it comes time to prove it. Like, you keep saying that, yeah, I will tag Floyd Mayweather or I will knock out Mike Tyson, but it's another thing than actually doing it. Like, I'm not gonna knock your confidence, but I don't gotta believe you. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with me for saying, show me then. You know, that's all I'm saying. Exactly. Like, I ain't mad at the confidence, but not show me. You know, forget the what is, stay healthy. Show me, and you know, you that team you saying you is.
Because I mean, I think the Phoenix Suns. I was thinking of a team that they be more likely. I think they should be more confident than they are.
The Suns can beat them too, yeah.
You know, that's Phoenix can beat them.
Yeah, it's a good matchup.
And I don't even think that highly of Phoenix either, but it's just they've been farther. I'm saying like they've been farther than Memphis. They've gone to the finals, like so they can say that they ran through the West.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they also got smacked by Dallas, who was not predicted to beat them in that matchup, you know, so they like underachieved last year, but their confidence level is still like, you know, kind of like front runner-ish. Yeah. So their confidence is a little different. Like they're just kind of cocky when they have like a huge, advantage over you. Yeah. So they'll smack the Lakers like, oh, we beat you 8 times straight. Like, yeah, because Rumley's hurt every time we play. It's like, because it's fine. AD's fine. He's out all the time.
That's sometimes it's noticed with these new teams. So like, I don't know if it's just like a newer generation of players, but these guys, like I said, they really love to admire their work. Like they do something good and it's just like, oh, I scored 50. Look at that. Like it's, oh, we won 55 games, 60. Oh, look at that. And it's just, you got a lot of teams like that. Like Phoenix is like that. They kind of walk around on their high horse because they've been to the finals. Man. You know, I mean, you have even Braun a couple of years ago, like I was saying, he said he's won the hardest championship ever, you know, and it's like these newer generation of players just, again, they really admire their accomplishments, you know, and sometimes it's not even the greatest accomplishment in terms of like comparing it to their peers. You know, like the Grizzlies, they're a good team, but like you said, Phoenix has gone further than the Grizzlies. The Mavericks have gone further than the Grizzlies, and Ja and Luka's about the same age. You know, the Warriors put them out, you know, so the Warriors obviously went further than them, you know, and you know, even the Clippers, you know, a couple seasons ago went to the conference finals. So literally out of most of your contemporaries, you guys have done the least. That's the thing. Like, when you really look at it, they kind of done the least out of all their contemporaries. And I'm talking about the team game. I'm not talking about Ja individually. As a team, y'all kind of done the least than at least half the players in the Western Conference. So to be on that high horse like that, it's just like, show us. You know, you guys keep saying it. Now it's time for you to show up. So that's my thoughts on it. The confidence is cool, but where the results at?
Yeah, you do a lot more, and you're right. It is kind of how today's game is. I mean, today's players are.
Yeah.
And all that, and they miss all their free throws, but it's fine. It's like
Man.
people will focus on so much of like these weird accolades, but they're just okay with their 70% free throw percentage, and they miss, but it's fine. It's like the guys are stars. I don't know what Ja's free throw is off the top of my head, but I know it's not as good as it should be. Luka, don't get me started on Luka's, man.
Yeah,
it's like he's still be missing it too, but it's like I'm like there's like fundamentals that lead to reasons that could lead you where you want to go.
Yeah.
And these players that want to get there, they won't get there because I guarantee you, Ja or Luka is gonna miss their free throws somewhere down the line when the game's not that big, and when the game gets tight, and you're just mad. I'm like, yeah, because you're worried about all these other stats, that are more important to you, but you gotta do it's the very little things, the free things that matter. I want to go on my soapbox on free throws. I swear to God, because it's irritating as hell.
It's part of the game, yeah.
Because it's part of the game, but it's something that all these players need to overlook.
That's true.
I was like trained by like a former like NBA coach, and he like harped that on me more than anything because it's so underrated. It's like just to knock it down. It can give you the clutch point, and so like for these teams like Memphis, if they want to go far, man, I think they got to even show that they can beat them in the regular season on like an easy basis. Like they just get smacked by Denver like regular, like just the other night, and that's just Denver. Denver's not even that threatening, mind you. They got Joker and stuff, so I'm kind of being disrespectful in a way. But I'm like, look, they got Joker and stuff, but it's not like they're not intimidatingly like you play. I'm like, okay, you're a good team, but you're not like, oh man, like, I don't know. I don't know about this team. But I feel way about the Warriors, like when Curry's playing, when Curry's playing. They've been losing a lot lately, but when Curry's playing, you feel differently about playing them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been there. They know how to beat you when it matters the most. These young teams are still learning. Memphis young team still learning. You know what I'm saying? So that's like my take on there. It's like they're confident, but they still learning, man. Like they're still learning. Like until you reach that far, then you can really say something.
That's true.
That's all I mean. But these guys talk today, man. These guys, they talk more today.
It's definitely a turn off, man, when it comes to the game, man. Because again, I respect the confidence, but Kobe, did something. And one last thing I'll just say about players today is I feel like they just look back too much. Like again, they're looking back at, oh, look what we did last season, this and that.
Oh, that Kyrie shot.
Yeah, the same with the Kyrie shot. Like, people keep looking at that Kyrie shot. Like, hey, what have you done? Like 8 years after that, And again, I like Kyrie, man. I'm a fan of Kyrie, but it's just like. Talk about a shot from like 2015, 16, and you know how much has changed since then. Like for a player of that caliber, you're wanting more. But it's like you kind of feel like these players, again, somebody like him, he might look back on that shot and think, I'm that guy, I'm proven, I'm good. Where old players, I don't know if I feel like they did that as much, or at least they weren't that vocal about it. Like, these guys will look back on something they did, and I got you guys a championship, blah, blah, blah. Like they'll play that card, but it's like you still got more to do. Like you're still playing. Like, is your hunger filled already? Like I just feel like they turn around and look at the paths they came from when they're not even done walking it yet. So yeah, that's all I got to say about it, man. And just, as I would say, for them, they need to just keep their head forward and again, just get the results. Make some more shots in big moments and, win some more rings and, for real, just add more instead of admiring what you've done so far.
Stay the course.
Yeah.
This ain't enough. Hey, remember that one time you gave your wife some flowers? Look, if you bringing that up in 2010, I tell you what, and you ain't never did nothing since. I want any women to message us right now and say, you cool with that. You cool with that.
Yeah.
Like that one time I said, hey, remember one time I gave you some?
Yeah.
I gave you some flowers in
2020 Christmas. Remember that 2020 Christmas gift I got you in 2020? Yeah. Like, you want something this Christmas, Sunday. Like, you want no 2020 Christmas.
Backwards. Yeah. Come on, man. You gotta be right down the lane. You bring it up. It don't go well. I tell you what, nobody likes it. I guarantee you, bro. So yeah, that's kind of like circle around that. Yep. Circle around that, bro.
No, man, I'm glad to be back recording, man. We took a little hiatus, we had to get caught up on some things, so, I appreciate everybody watching, I'm gonna try to get a lot more consistent with these, just super busy, just gotta stay on top of it, but now it's fun to get the episode out there.
Oh yeah, it was good, man. Always get started. There's so much topics to cover, so
Yeah.
much things, and want to don't want to soapbox on free throws for an hour. But I was actually want to have like a different segment for those. Yeah, we definitely coming for more.
Cool, man. Hey, thanks for watching 50 Ball, man. Check us out. Spotify, Apple. Check us out on YouTube. You know, 50 Ball Podcast. You know, you can find us pretty much anywhere. Just Google 50 Ball and, 50 Ball and you'll find us.
Yeah, you can watch them the old and catch up. We still got quite a bit of episodes. If you haven't watched or listened, then we got plenty for y'all to catch up.
All right, cool. Peace, man. Enjoy y'all weekends. Happy holidays.